crash. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember. Did you get big into Hamburger Helper then? I think you did. I remember when the drain stopped up. The plumbers were rude. Remember that was terrible.
Oh yeah.
They fixed it. Yeah, you were eating Hamburger Helper a lot. And what else we made? I made different things. Spaghetti, of course, always, because that's the easiest thing to make. But I think we put up a Christmas tree in front of the porch there. Remember we picked up that girl who I knew years ago who didn't have a place to live?
Kind
Her
of.
name was Eva.
Yeah.
I picked her up because I didn't want her to be homeless. Of course, I hadn't seen her in 25 years.
Was she with us?
No, actually she didn't, because on the way back, when she started talking about all the drama she was having with her boyfriend, how abusive he was, and how she'd become a chain smoker,
Oh God.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not too sure about this. And then I said to her, because I really started thinking about it, and I figured it was going to be a problem.
Oh shit. I remember
and
that.
I was mad at myself for offering, because it's the first thing I would do is, if a person that doesn't have a home, offer them a place to stay. And then I started thinking about it. She had a kid who was much older than you, and I just said, this may not be a good idea. So I said, why don't you take you back home? And 'cause she didn't leave because she was in danger. She didn't leave because she'd been beaten up or anything. Although she may have been, she never said it. She left because of an argument with some guy. And it's like, her and I, we didn't really know each other long back.
Because some bad drivers.
Yeah. We didn't know each other well from back in the 80s. Dude, you got a window now, step in. Be nice. I knew her back in 1984, 85, and then this was back in 2012. So, it'd been a while. But I took her back, she's going to go inside and make it work out, and we never talked again. It's okay. We only went out, like I said, we only dated for about a month. I was working at a radio station. She called in to make song requests. And we got to talking because she's like, her nickname was Beaver. Hey dude, it's Beaver, how you doing? Alright, what can I play for you? Can you play me some Judas Priest? Sure, Beaver. There were a few people like that we got to know. Like there's one girl I ended up dating for a few months. Her name was I want to say it's Debbie, but it wasn't. Marie. Her name was Marie. And she worked as a nurse at a hospital. Not a nurse, but a receptionist up on the nursing floor. And we talked to bed. And I told her that I was going to be a paramedic. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Can we meet? Yeah. So we met. We ended up going out for a while. Because it started in the summer, ended in the winter. No, it started in the winter, ended in the summer. And she ended up meeting, well, basically she was using me to get a job at the radio station, to get into that business. And once I got her in the door, got her the interview and got her started, she dumped me for another guy who worked there. So she was just a climber, gold digger. She was a smoker, and she had a cat that always smelled like raw, like sour milk. So yeah, she dumped me real quick. And then she'd given me like 3 books to use as a paramedic. And she never asked me back. I got a note from her lawyer saying if I didn't return these books, she would sue me. Now, there was no texting, man. It was just phone calls. And I left a note at the radio station saying, I got to find these, but I'll bring them back as soon as I do. They're in a box. I just got to go up in the attic and get them. And I said, you didn't have to call a lawyer. I'm happy to return them. And then, like 3 days later, I got another letter from a lawyer. This is the 2nd time we've asked you for these books. The 3rd time we're going to sue you in court for the cost of the books, like $60. So I found them, met her at the station, gave them back to her. And I said, what you paid your lawyer? You probably paid your lawyer more than these books were worth. She said, well, I didn't want you having them. Well, there you go. I didn't want to have them either. And that was the end of that. So Jeff Gwelly can tell you about Marie. Because Jeff did work at the radio station too, a little bit with me. And he remembers her. She's a bitch. But you learn. But yeah, that was that girl Eva. We were going to let her stay for a bit, but I had a feeling this would be something bigger. And I didn't want to expose you to it.
Yeah.
I remember that, remember loud neighbors downstairs. We had like 3 different neighbors downstairs. We were there for 5 years. I don't think anyone downstairs stayed for more than a year and a half. We had quiet neighbors. We had loud neighbors. And back to neighbors again. What I didn't like about apartment life, that's the last time I lived in an apartment, was people opening and shutting doors all hours of the day and night. And loud kaboom. Someone would come to visit somebody and they didn't know the room number or their apartment number, so they'd buzz everybody at 2 o'clock in the morning to be let in.
Oh, God.
So I'm laying there sleeping. What the hell's going on at 2 o'clock in the morning? And it was a loud buzzer. I hated it.
Do you ever get fire alarms going off your apartment before?
No, we never did. But the door buzzer was really loud and very annoying. It was the same thing for the flood house. It wasn't a door. The bell was a buzzer. I hated it. So I didn't like that. I didn't like the laundry area. I mean, we had our own washer and dryer in that place, I think. But the storage area was full of our junk. Most of that stuff got thrown out when we moved out. All your stuff was saved. A lot of my stuff I got rid of.
At the wet apartment?
Yeah. But yeah. Laura said she wanted to sell it, so.
For 5 years, huh?
So yeah, about 5 years. The only thing we've been at as long was the Birmingham George House.
Yeah. Tell me about the white apartment.
The white apartment? You mean the one that you first came to live in with me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Not the one that got flooded, that white
No, the
one.
white one. Yeah, I got you.
They drive by there someday.
That's where that guy lived.
Gary,
Yep.
pizza guy. Yeah.
The guy. Yeah, he lived there. Gary, whatever it is. He's his first name and last name rhyme. But yeah, well, I moved in there. I was living in a really tiny apartment in Dearborn. I had to move out in a hurry. Jeff wanted to put his house on the market for sale like immediately, and I had like about 2 weeks to find a place, and I didn't want to pay anything for it, so I found this room in Dearborn. You stayed with me a couple times there, and I did have a video game console. You played a lot of video games.
How long I was living there for?
How long was I living there for?
No, me.
You?
Yeah.
You didn't live with me at all. Not at the little tiny place. You visited, but you never lived with me.
So I live in the wet house to begin with?
You lived in the white apartment, but I did live in a place before that.
I was asking how long did I live in the white apartment before we moved to the wet house?
I was about
6 months?
less than that. No, about 6 months. You're right.
Okay.
Because I called the landlord and I told her that
What's the matter?
I want to set myself away. So I don't think so. Okay, good. Yeah, I was living there I moved there, I think, in May. So I was there May, June, July. You came in August. I really liked that apartment. The kitchen was nice. Larry Curly, that's that guy. Larry, not Curly.
Yeah.
I think of the Three Stooges, Larry Curly and Mo. He was Larry Curly. So I liked my place. Had a pool I swam in. I used to ride my bicycle to work. That was really kind of crazy. I was going to ride a bike. I did it a couple times to see if I could. No, I liked being there. And then I ended up bringing you in like the second week of August. And the next 10 days we're just getting all your requirements together to get you into school and getting you enrolled. And I was happy to be in Birmingham at the time because that's the school district you got in at, and I found out how great it is. Okay, I'm gonna do everything I can to stay in the city at least till you make it through high school.
And you did.
Longer if I want. I'd still be living in that house now if what man had done didn't happen. I love that house, and I knew if I ever moved out of it, I wouldn't be moving into anything as good. I was saying to myself, this is the best. This is the best it's gonna get. This is the best it's gonna get. It's not gonna get this good again. I was right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had some good times in the white apartment. We went swimming. We went to the pool.
Yeah.
You liked that. We walked down to see the cruise, the Dream Cruise. You met Larry.
Yeah.
I think you We'll be there for Halloween, and Larry put together a gift bag for you. Remember that with
Yeah.
candies and stuff? He was a nice guy. I don't know if he's still there or not.
We drive by it someday.
Yeah. It was good. I like living there.
Do you remember the number, the apartment number?
No, but I can spot it from the street. I don't remember the actual number, but I can point out. If I walk into the courtyard one day, I'll point out the
How about the red apartment number?
You probably find that on the address. I forgot it. 2 something. The second floor, so it's a 2 number.
202?
210 or something. 208. I have to look it up. We had some good times.
How about the red house?
That was the first house?
Yep.
You mean Mouse City?
Hell yeah.
We weren't there terribly long. We moved there after the white apartment. And part of me says I shouldn't have rented it. But I wanted a place. This was the same money, so I took it. But it was okay. I don't remember any particular things we did. We ate dinner at the table. I know we watched some TV. My room had a screen door to the backyard. It always made me a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't really verbal yet, but you could point at things and make sounds.
I was in the orange house.
Were you verbal at the orange house?
Yeah.
You're getting better. I mean, you struggled a bit. I started seeing improvement in you. Like, we moved to the red place in 2010, and I think by 2013 you were getting a lot better with words. But it took a lot of time to get you there. I mean, you were a 7-year-old kid that really didn't talk. When you made sounds, you made words, and the school district got you to the point where you were talking and making sentences. You are where you are now, which is amazing. Because I thought that you were going to grow up being nonverbal. You impressed all of us, and you continue to do so. It's great. So yeah, I mean, that was that. I remember you being I remember when we were living in the red apartment, conferences to go to. A couple times they picked you up from school for behavior issues, but it wasn't a lot. It was a couple times.
Can you tell me what the behavior issues I got?
It was when you got mad in class, when you were in Pepperwood.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what they said. I mean, they said you get angry, knock books on the floor. I don't know what that was exactly, but I know that it was something I would probably give you medicine for, and that's what we did. We found us a psychiatrist, and he prescribed you medicine. And I remember in the red apartment having you take the medicine with the dropper, the syringe.
It's very high. If you turn the heat just a little bit.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
No, it's on the window. Can I do the window?
No, I just turned the heat way down. Way down, so it'd be cooler coming out. Yeah, that's what I remember. You were really silly then. I like that. It's like if you took a bath, you'd come out with your underwear on a towel on top of your head. But that was nice. You did well. Here we are. Oh, I know where we used to eat a lot.
What's that? What's the stop?
That Coney Island downtown Birmingham. At Sam's, I think it is.
Yeah.
We used to go there a bit. You used to go see people from school there. And I think you were in Derby at the time we started going there.
Oh yeah.
It was nice. When we were in the red apartment, we would meet Nana and Papa at Peabody's and Oxford and a couple other places. Time together. Squeeze in front of me now. I'm slow.